I'm excited to be with you on our weekly cybersecurity briefing, Thursdays, 1:30 Central Standard Time. The key is to get you up to speed on what's happened in the cybersecurity landscape since last week when we met last, and to tell you some information that might be important to you and your business. I'm Garrett. I'm the CEO here at Vandernet. We're a cybersecurity focused IT solutions company where we focus on keeping your business compliant and helping you grow securely. And we do that through a variety of ways, mainly through helping align your technology and keeping it secure with your business plan, understanding your 1, 2, and 3 year plan, and really getting around and understanding your business, and then creating strategic ways to help you scale your technology and securing it all the way. Because at the end of the day, if your technology and your data that you have isn't secure, it only takes just a few moments and hackers getting into your system to devastate everything that you worked really, really hard for. And that's what we do here at Vandernet is we absolutely love our customers and form really tight relationships with them to understand their needs and help them grow. So we do this every Thursday to educate customers, our customers, and non-customers, because we believe that a world that is educated is going to be a better world when it comes to cybersecurity and what's going on. And today, I have specific articles that I want to share with you. The first is LastPass. LastPass hackers allegedly stole $5 million this week in a report. And what it's essentially claiming is that when LastPass supposedly had their security event, which LastPass has said that it did not affect their production environment, which means their live data where their customers store their information, that it was in a development environment that was attacked. And it was a developer's credentials, login details, that was stolen and then used to get into that development environment. What later transposed or came from it was there was backups of live production data that was encrypted inside the development environment. And hackers supposedly, and what was later confirmed, able to decrypt those backups that were in that development environment and access some LastPass accounts and credentials. And for the nature of the discussion today is, yes, LastPass is a password manager where you would store all your sensitive passwords. So I can not confirm or deny that LastPass truly had a data breach. There's reports of it that say that $5 million went missing out of crypto wallets. So if you're unfamiliar with the crypto currency, when you create your wallet, you have they provide you 6 or 7 unique words. And that is how you would recover access to your wallet or direct connection or access to restore connectivity to your wallet if for whatever reason you are not able to get logged in to your actual wallet. It helps it be secure. It provides a way to restore that connectivity. Users had stored that recovery, those 5 or 6 word phrases, inside their LastPass wallet or inside their LastPass account. And that's what got taken. And then it then led to $5 million going missing out of crypto wallets. And the way that they did that was they compromised these crypto wallets, and then they transferred and converted the currency multiple times really quickly through online exchanges, just like as if you had a US dollar and then you wanted to transfer it to another, like a peso, you would go to an exchange and convert that to pesos. Very similar in crypto technology is you have online places where you can go and convert that cryptocurrency to another type of currency. So essentially the hackers did that several times and then it's gone. It's untraceable. This is a really scary topic, but what if your password manager were to get compromised. Vandernet uses password managers, and we highly recommend password managers. You should use a reputable password manager company, and you would say, well, Garrett, how do you determine who's reputable and who's not? And there's a series of questions that need to be asked in regard to how do they protect your information and data? Who has the encryption keys? Or is it always in an encrypted state and those encryption keys aren't accessible? Nowhere. Developers don't have access to those encryption keys to decrypt that data or information. You have to ask these questions when you're looking to prospect a new vendor, specifically a password manager piece of software. This security researcher said that they had posted several months or weeks after the original 2022 hack that if you were storing sensitive information or data in there, specifically your wallet, then you need to transfer your money to another wallet that is secure, that hackers potentially might not have compromised. Makes sense to me. Doesn't it make sense to you? Sometimes in the moment, in the fire moments of, oh my gosh, what are we going to do? My password just got stolen. We don't have a clear mind to think. So let's hope that today your password manager has not been compromised. Let's predetermine and pre-decide how we're going to respond to that. So the big thing that you need to think about is if your password manager were to get compromised, that means that somebody has access to all your passwords potentially. So you take that information as soon as you hear about it, and you go through your password manager, and you go through and you change all of those passwords. What I would recommend is that you change all those passwords and store them somewhere else, hopefully in another secured password manager that's reputable, until you know that everything is good. And then once you've confirmed that everything's good in that last password manager, you could maybe move it back or stick with the other password manager that you have and retire that password manager that potentially got compromised. You need to be thinking about that now when you're not in the fire. Change your passwords. If there's any sense that maybe the passwords got compromised, change them. Next, we're going to talk about CISA, and they're actually urging you to use a end-to-end encryption messaging device. And you say, what? I got the government's telling me to use end-to-end encryption? Yes. The government is now telling you or any senior government official or politician or high-profile individual that you could be targeted if you're Mr. CEO of a large company. You need to be utilizing an end-to-end encryption device. And so today, CISA urges senior government and political officials to switch to end-to-end encryption messaging apps like Signal, following a wave of telecom breaches across dozens of countries, including 8 carriers in the United States. And let's just list some of those. This is including T-Mobile, AT&T, Verizon, and Lumen. Although the timing of the breaches is unclear, the attacks reportedly had access for months or longer. I was just talking to a colleague today about this particular issue. These are our phones. We use these devices to call the IRS and give our sensitive social security number information to the IRS or any other place that we would need to disclose that information in order to be able to communicate them. So how are you expected now to be utilizing secure messaging platforms to contact those entities and deliver that information if this is your primary device for communication to those agencies? So they're encouraging you to use end-to-end encryption messaging if you have sensitive information. So this is where I would pull up a company called Signal, which is also mentioned in the article, but this is a well-known end-to-end encryption device. There are many other end-to-end encryption devices that you could be utilizing or software, but like WhatsApp, it's owned majority now by Facebook. And can you truly honor, like that they're going to honor your privacy, there's questions and concerns around all these other providers. Specifically, the industry has known Signal for a while, and it seems to be more reputable than others. So I would encourage you to use Signal for any sensitive communication that you may have. Don't use text messaging. Don't, which we thought was secure as well, right? Or your phone service if it's sensitive information, because the Chinese government and other potential other entity or countries, Chinese specifically right now, has had access to the telecommunication system for months on end before being found out by our government. In the same way, we've talked about this over and over again, the same way that our government utilizes the technology to wiretap people that they have a warrant or the necessary, supposedly the necessary privileges or permissions to wiretap individuals, that is what these foreign entities have used the same access to do the same to you as a US citizen. So utilize secure platforms. End-to-end encryption is so important. Make sure that you are utilizing them. All right. So next, this is very interesting article. It's talking about how to tell if a USB cable is hiding malicious hacker hardware. And you're thinking, I just use a USB cable to charge my phone or my device. Why would I need to know how can a malicious hacker be using a USB cable to hack my device? Are your USB cables sending your data to hackers? It says, we expect USB cables to perform a specific task, transferring either data and files between devices. We give little more thought to the matter, but malicious USB cables can do much more than we expect. This is what it can do. Check this out. These cables hide malicious hardware and can interpret data, eavesdropping on phone calls. It can intercept data, eavesdropping on phone calls and messages, or in the worst case, take complete control over your PC and phone. And as the article says, this first started up here in 2008. So it's not something new. It just was really expensive then. Now it's becoming widely available, widely accessible, and you could be giving all your information and not even know it to hackers. So you can look here and you can see the complexity differences between these devices, and they're utilizing 2D and 3D scanners against like, hey, this is a normal just USB charging cable or data cable, and here's the malicious actor cable, and here's what the differences look like. So how do we identify malicious USB-C cables? We identify malicious USB-C cables by obviously being able to scan them and see what the difference between a regular cable and a OMG hacked cable looks like. But how many of us have X-ray machines in our businesses or our homes to be able to look at these cables? You can buy cheap chargers anywhere you go. Typically, convenience stores have really cheap chargers. So the first thing we would recommend is buy from a reputable seller. Look for warning signs. Look for like little weird images or graphics that you may have. Use a OMG malicious cable detector. It claims, this device claims to detect malicious USB cables. Use data blockers and use a detective service. Buy from reputable places like Best Buy, or if you're paying 99 cents for a cable, it might be questionable. If you're paying $10 for a cable, $15 for a cable, it might be better. A better chance that it wouldn't have that technology in it that you'd have to worry about. But I'm going to leave you with this. I looked up what are USB blockers and how much do they cost and what should you be using? And so I looked up on Amazon a USB data blocker. Essentially, what this does is it only allows the power portion to come through the cable. to your phone. So you would plug one end of this into your phone and then plug your charger into it. And then it would allow only the power to make it to your phone or your computer, as you can see from here. Like if you're charging something from your computer, this would be a good way to protect it or block it. Thank you for being here. This is our cyber briefing. We're here every Thursday, 1:30 Central Standard Time. At Vandernet, like I said, we're a cybersecurity company. We're here to help. We want to help your business stay compliant and grow securely, and would love to have a conversation about that. So if you're interested in having that conversation, please click the link in the chat where we can schedule a free 15-minute cybersecurity strategy session where we would get to know you and your business and maybe point you in the right direction in regard to what next steps would look like. Thank you and have a wonderful rest of your week.